Hey, welcome everybody. All my fellow fire people. My name's Lee. Today we'll be going over the TessaRai fire pan kit with full automation. So this is the top of the line, fully automated. You can have Wi-Fi with your phone, complete kit. So first thing we want to do is go over all these parts. We have our automation controller, the box that makes it work, the brains of the unit. You have your Wi-Fi controller, so this way you can control it with your phone. So yeah, we do need a phone. We have our cable to connect from our Wi-Fi controller to our automation box. We have our transformer with our other line. We need the key valve to control the amount of gas. We have our igniter gas line, our gas lines for the gas coming into the unit and then going to our pan burner. We have our pilot burner assembly with a thermocoupler, and if you remember, thermocoupler is what detects your heat, kind of like a temperature gauge. When it's hot, then it allows the valve in the box to stay open, so you continuously have a fire. When it cools down, if it doesn't detect the heat, it will automatically shut off. And depending on what type of gas, you will have your natural gas orifice or your air mixer for LP. So with LP, we need to use the air mixer. And then you'll need some red tape or plumber's putty for your threads. Then we have our pan. In this particular case, we have a circular pan with a proper sized burner. We have our lava rock. Again, depending on the size, you'll get the right amount of lava rock. And our tools, a couple of adjustable wrenches, pliers or channel locks, screwdriver, and then let's see how to go ahead and put this thing together. So step one, we laid out all of our products. We have everything ready to go. You'll have all your fittings. For me, I like to get my pan ready. So I will need a screwdriver, and you'll have a cover plate in your pan. This is where your pilot burner assembly would screw into. So we simply unscrew our bolt and nut. We would need to keep these. Remove the cover plate. We don't need that anymore. Already installed the burner. And then we have our fitting on the bottom. So now that we have this ready to go, we're going to take our pilot burner. You'll see there'll be a couple small copper gas line. It will bend, but you do want to be careful. So this is your thermocoupler wire here. We have our control, low voltage control wire. So again, remember, all automation systems are done by low voltage. So you need some kind of transformer. If it's 12 volt, 24 volt, 30 volt, again, they're all low voltage in our systems. So we're going to come in from the top and stick our wires down inside the hole. So very carefully, again, we don't want to break them. Slide this down through the table. We want to install the pilot burner assembly. And you'll see that when you go in here, move this wire out of the way. When we stick it in, we'll line up with one of the holes. And we get our nut and bolt, which would simply go inside here for our hole. So right now, I'm gonna leave this off so we have our assembly put in to our ring. And I will adjust that. Set that right there. So now let's move over to our actual controller box. Again, this particular box, we have our gas line coming in. So you'll have your proper size there. Do want to show you on the fitting, it is a flare or pointed fitting. These fittings are only for your flexible gas lines. You can put some thread tape on there, but it's not necessary. So we screw our gas line in there. Again, get our channel locks. Want to make sure everything is good and tight. You have your licensed plumber or gas installer to test all your fittings. Again, you want to make sure no leaks. So we have our gas coming into the box. And then we're going to move on to our other items. You'll see this is a plug and play system. So on the big oval size goes to our pilot burner control assembly. So this will simply plug into the box here. I'm not going to plug it in right now, I'll let you see how this goes together. We have our gas line, our thermocoupler, and our control plug-in. So we want to take our gas line, remember with the flare fitting, very important. So this line would go here. Try to kick this out of the way so you guys can see. We would have from our controller, again, it will have the supplied wire. If you are using a pool automation, that's fine. You wouldn't have this item, you would have a transformer, and we would give you the plug and play connectors, water resistant connectors. And then you would simply use your pool automation to control the unit. So no matter what you're doing, fire pit or let's say one of the fire bowls, wires will still work. They only plug in one way. So you'll just fill it until it goes into a little notch. See, one side is kind of flat. So let's get our glasses so we can actually see what we're doing. So we have it here. This goes down here like this. Whoops. Plugs right in. And screw on our cap so it stays in place. Now this is going to be our control line. In this particular case, we're going to be coming from our Wi-Fi unit, so we can use our phone to connect it. Let's say if we were doing a fire pit, and you'll see it's already labeled to the appliance to what you're trying to light. Same thing, plug and play. So you'd stick this into there. Very simple. Screw it in so it's nice and tight. Then we need to give it power. In this particular system, the transformer will go into a regular outlet. Again, this doesn't have to be anywhere near your fire feature, so it'll give you plenty of cord. And on your box, you will see where it says to the power in. Very simple, very easy instructions to follow. And then this can be outside, so we have our power going to our box, and we have our power controlling the unit with our low voltage transformer. And then before I plug in the other ones, we'll look at the top. This is our out, so the gas comes in, and now we need to go out. If this is where you install your air mixer, remember air mixer has holes. Holes always go bottom, and we want this to go right into the burner, the bottom of the burner. So you would install your air mixer, or if you're doing natural gas, you don't need the air mixer, but you have your natural gas orifice. So we're going to plug this in. Now, depending on how much room you have, you may have to use your other gas line to go to the appliance. Just to save us some room, and you guys can see why I'm setting this up, I'm going to hook the burner directly to our orifice. So I'm going to leave this like this. Want to make sure it's good and tight. And there we have our unit. Now we're going to try to install this right here for you so you can see. That's why I didn't screw this down. So we have our control unit here. Set this here. Put our box underneath to help hold it up, just so you guys can see. So we have our power communication wire. Again, only goes in one way, but I'm going to wait on that because I want to stick our thermal coupler, the part that detects the heat, to keep it open. Go in there. Don't forget to apply your thread tape or your plumber's putty, whichever one you feel more comfortable with. Make sure you're nice and straight. Get your thermal coupler connected. We're going to connect our control wire. So I'm going to hold this up so we have our gas coming in to the unit, gas going out. We have our pilot burner gas line. We'll connect that in the bottom just in a second. We have our power, our communication to the pilot burner, and our thermocoupler. So the last step is that we need to connect all this. Again, I didn't screw it in right now because I wanted you guys to be able to see. So you'll see it's another flare fitting. This gives us our initial fire. So there'll be two that open. You'll have your small pilot burner, which is what this gas line is right here. And then after a few seconds, and you'll see this on another video, it's just about the automation with the bowls. So you guys can look at that auto bowl video and you'll see how it works, and you'll hear and see how the pilot, the hot ignition post will light up. It will turn orange inside the cage here, and then the main valve will open, which produces gas into our ring. So we're going to move this out of the way. And this can be, 30 feet, 100 feet away, no problem. We have all our lines connected. And we can do this where you can see it. This would simply go into our box right here, and that would be our connection. Remember, when you're all done, when you go to test it, you want to have some lava rock around your fire burner. You never want to have this lit, your burner, without some lava rock around it.